Our second play is the Three Little Elephants.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little elephants who lived with their parents. When the elephants grew old enough, they went out into the world to live on their own. The first little elephant built a small wooden shack. One day, there was a knock at the door. Knock, knock, knock! Who's there? Big Bad Mouse! Open up at once! Hello, is anybody out there? Let me in! Let me in! Let me in! That's strange. Someone knocked on my door, but whoever it was, they seem to have gone away. The Big Bad Mouse was frustrated. So he wrote a note and slipped it under the elephant's door. It read, squeak, 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 I'm the Big Bad Mouse. I'll rip up your garden, I'll tear down your house. I'll tug on your tail, I'll pull on your ears. I'm mighty and mean, I'm the worst of your fears. Later that day, the elephant found a note. A big bad mouse! Oh no, I've never seen a mouse, but it sounds very scary. I imagine that it must be giant, much larger than an elephant. I'll bet it has big yellow eyes and long sharp teeth. Oh no, help! There's a big bad mouse on the loose! I must run away before it comes back to my house! I must run for my life! The elephant ran through the wooden shack, tripping over tables and bumping into chairs. The terrified elephant left through the back door and ran all the way to the second elephant's house. The second elephant lived in a brick house. It was larger than the first elephant's wooden shack. It also had a doorbell, which the first elephant rang. Hello, who's there? It's me! I'm so scared! There's a big bad mouse on the loose! Can I stay at your house? Please? Please? A mouse? I've never seen a mouse, but it sounds really scary. I imagine that mouse must be gigantic with a long tail and sharp claws. Come and sit with you, I'll come behind you. A few minutes passed. The 2 elephants sat in frightened silence. Suddenly, the doorbell rang. The 2 elephants looked at each other and their cheer grew. Who could it be? I'm not answering it. Don't look at me. I'm not answering it either. The big bad mouse kept ringing the bell. But no one answered. Finally, he grew frustrated and slipped a note under the door. It read, squeak, 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 I'm the big bad mouse. I'll rip up your garden, I'll tear down your house. I'll tug on your tail, I'll pull on your ears. I'm mighty and mean, I'm the worst of your fears. Oh no, this is terrifying. Now the big bad mouse has come to my house. What will we do? Where will we go? This is gigantic, frightening, fierce mouse. Run, we must run for our lives. The 2 terrified elephants stumbled out of the house, tangling up their legs and tripping over one another. They left through the back door of the house. They didn't stop running until they arrived at the 3rd elephant's house. The 3rd elephant lived in an enormous mansion. It had a long driveway and a swimming pool. The 2 elephants rang the doorbell and James the butler answered. As soon as he opened the door, they ran past him, shouting and waving their arms wild. It's horrible! It's terrifying! Help us! There's something! Come for help! Call the police! Call the army! Get a hold of yourselves, both of you. Now slow down and tell me what you're so frightened of. A mouse! A mouse? I've never seen a mouse before, but I imagine it would be humongous, larger than this mansion. It might have scales and it might breathe fire! The 3 elephants huddled in fear. They remained very still, listening with extreme care. After a few minutes, the doorbell rang. Don't answer, James! Why don't answer? It's a humongous, terrifying, fire-breathing, scaly mouse!
Don't be ridiculous. Mice are tiny, furry creatures that scurry about and eat seeds and berries.
James went and opened the door. The 3 elephants were so frightened now that their eyes were popping out and their ears stood straight out from their heads.
Well, what we have here, a little tiny mouse.
Can you please deliver a message to the elephants? Please tell them, squeak, 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 I'm a big bad mouse. I'm a big bad mouse in my house. I pull on your ears with tongue tails. I might even be on the list of affairs.
Elephants, come here, face the foe. I must say, he's especially not scared.
The 3 elephants walked very nervously toward the door. The first and second elephants were looking over their shoulder at the 3rd elephant. The 3 frightened elephants stayed at the doorway, but no one appeared to be there besides James the butler. They looked to the left. They looked up. Then they looked down. There on the doorstep stood a little tiny mouse.
But you're so tiny.
We've never seen a mouse before. You're really not all that frightening.
You're so huge. I did not know that this is the way you looked. You're very, very pretty. Look, elephants.
And with that, the mouse scampered into the woods. At last, the elephants had seen that mouse was very small. They were never frightened of mice again. At last, the mouse had learned that elephants are very large. The mouse never again threatened to rip up an elephant's garden or tear down an elephant's house. Everyone lived happily ever after.